Elliott Brood's newest album, Country, released on Six Shooter Records, is filled with the band's infectious, driving, and edgy brand of alt country. This Ontario-based band has been wooing audiences and doing it the hard way for over 20 years with their unique sound. The band's members, Mark Sasso, Casey Laforet, and Stephen Pitkin, are a dynamic force. And lucky for us, I have Casey Laforet, guitarist, lead vocalist, backing vocalist, bassist, keys, ukulele player, on the line now. Hi, Casey. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Yeah, it's a pleasure. So the band's new album, Country, is debuting on the top 30 chart. It's debuting right in the middle at number 15. The latest release is part two of a series of albums. The last one was called Town. What's it been like to write for sort of a long range two-album project?
The idea for it sort of came in the middle of the songs that we had sort of idealized for the new record. Town and Country being sort of both sides of the music we make, which is, I mean, when people ask us, it's sort of like how I like in like Neil Young with Crazy Horse and then Neil Young acoustic, sort of the two sides of the louder rock side and then our country banjo side. So it was to sort of encapsulate both of the sides of the music we make. We also had these sort of nudie suit types, Western suits made for us by this excellent woman out of Halifax named Jen Boyne. And so basically mine is the town version and Mark's is the country. So his has like farm stuff on it. Mine's based on the city of Windsor with factories and smoke and stuff. So the idea was more born out of the suits that we had made sort of for our 20th anniversary that we did for ourselves in that way. So that's where it
I
came
love
from.
it. Music inspired by fashion. Uh,
Yeah, sometimes that's how it works, you know.
yeah, it's true. It really is. We wouldn't have the itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini without
There you go.
it.
Absolutely.
Out of your 20-year career, what do you feel like other than, the country album being more of the folk side of things or the banjo side of things, what makes it different than your other
You
albums?
hope every record is better than the last, that you've learned something as a songwriter and you're bringing new things to it. I think the influences change a little bit, hopefully become better songwriters. I think we take more time with it. That's the only thing you can hope for. You hope it's not worse than your last album, at least. We've done a lot of writing about, historical events, and this record is definitely more on the personal side, personal stories about what's been going on in our own lives for the past few years. They always say kind of write about what you know. So that's a lot of my own contributions to this record, to both Town and Country, are about me having moved to California and those changes and that kind of introspection and traveling. I find myself writing a lot more about traveling and the movement and the 20 years of kind of driving around a lot. That's what interests me a lot these days. And some of the most of the greatest country and rock songs are a lot to do with that, road travel songs and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So,
Speaking of road travel, I'm just curious, what's your favorite thing to eat while on the road?
oh man. Well, we've gotten healthier over the years. I'll tell you that. When we started out, we were horrible. Um, we just got back from Europe, and I don't for anyone who's been to Germany or the Netherlands, the doner kebab, the
Mm.
German style doner kebab is my current favorite. But I'm off that for a while because we're home. But we used to eat a lot of terrible options. We've gone more towards the vegetarian and healthier side now. A nice salad.
That's great. No, your arteries, thank you.
They do, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the other day I was like minding my own business and I was like, oh, I really have I'm like, I want some broccoli. And I was like, wow, I never thought I would in my whole life be like, I would love some steamed broccoli.
I used to have crazy cravings for like a Snickers bar every now and now I get it for Brussels sprouts. So that's just there you go. Like, is that weird? Like I'm just like I gotta fry up some Brussels sprouts. It's so yeah, maybe it's just as we get older we try to stay a little healthier or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. I love it. Life is always full of surprises. I have one last question. What is it like? You live in LA, the rest of the band is in Hamilton. What's it like writing and creating being so far away?
Yeah, I mean, we've always sort of written, Mark and I write the songs, and we've always done it separately at first, anyways. That much hasn't really changed. Everyone now has the technology to be able to send ideas back and forth, so we're very lucky in that way. And there's a discount airline called Spirit Airlines, which I fly a lot, so that saves me a bunch of cash going
God
home.
bless you.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, it's not the best air. It's fine. And then we get together, and with Steve, we arrange everything, and everything, once it becomes an Elliott Brood song, has been touched by all three of us. But
Mm.
it hasn't really changed anything in the way that I'm very insular at first. I like to get my ideas in there and then I share it. That's the way I actually work. And I think
Yeah.
that's how we've generally, if we have an idea, one of us will start it, and then it comes together, and then it becomes an Elliott Brood song once all three of us have played together on it. So
That's amazing. So you mentioned that you were just in Europe, and you're going to be at the Calgary Folk Fest in July.
so happy to be back. It's amazing.
Very excited. Very, very excited. What else is next?
I mean, there's summer stuff starting to pop up all over the place. We're in Canada a bunch, and then planning a fall tour again to get back out west and then east. It's always just the next tour, to be honest, and then trying to write new records. We have a little bit of leeway right now as we just released this one, but these days we just kind of want to keep writing more. But yeah, we'll be all over. We're up in Bear Creek later in August.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Casey. It was awesome to chat with you. I'm going to play Bluebird Wine. Yeah.
Well, thanks for playing our music.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thanks for creating great music. From the album, which debuts at number 15 this week, Country, this is Bluebird Wine by Elliott Brood, doing it the hard way, but making it sound easy for over 20 years.